one of the frequent activities that needs to be done is sharpening, because there's lots of chisels and hand planes involved, and the hardwoods make them blunt fairly quickly, and so there's a lot of time spent sharpening in between. So this silly expensive machine actually makes things a lot easier. There's lots of different attachments, and it allows me to sharpen all the planes, including all the old planes from great-great-grandparents. A lot of those can be sharpened on here. So what you've got to do, we try and make a 25-degree bevel. It's roughly 25 degrees. We mark the ends of the tips so we can see which bit's taken off or not. Show whether it's level this way, and then get the angle correct. This is a water-based machine, and it runs very slowly, and then that's a leather belt to sharpen. So this bit will be the bevel. You can change the coarseness. So I'm going to sharpen that way. And put this in here and place this on the machine. And then using this device, you need to know the diameter of this. Started off at 250, but I've ground it away now down to about, looks like about 235. Yeah, for a new stone soon. That's another, what, $600. And then a 25-degree bevel. And when you place this on here, you want to get that angle right. You do that by, you can either move the chisel in and out, you can see the markers along the front, which means that it's too flat, so I need to raise it. See, it's taking the top, but not all the way across, which means I may have the chisel in. So you move it and you hear the noise change. The noise almost disappears. That means we're pretty much on the bevel. Now you can see it's going all the way up. It also means that over time I'm no longer sharpening 25 degrees. You can apply quite a lot of force onto this. And keep going until you can feel the bevel on the back. Which means it's burred over. Normally I would do all of the chisels and then use the leather wheel, but just for the the same method to check the angle. Just put it close. It's like a polishing paste. There's a level of abrasion in it, like a really coarse toothpaste. That helps break off that burr a bit further. It also smoothens the surface, gets a finer and finer edge. Polishing it effectively, and you can see now, maybe, that's looking a bit polished. There's no need to go crazy about it. And then what we do is there's still a bit of a burr. Now, if I've sharpened it properly, it should do that. So now that's sharp enough to just cut your fingers without even noticing it, and then just go and do the rest. There is this fun exercise of what's called truing the stone, which when it gets ripples, you can see the ripples, and then it's not flat anymore. This fun activity, which unfortunately chews up stone, but they say that it lasts longer if you do this more often. So there's a diamond cutting piece that you run across. I don't like taking off too much at once. See it cleaning up. And so on. Sharpening the planes is a similar exercise, except of course you take the planes apart. Two different types: bevel up, which goes in this one, and bevel down. This one. This one only has a single blade. This one's big number 5. It's a bit tight. Americans call this a chip breaker, and the Pommies call it a cap iron. What it does is it puts a force on the blade to keep it down and stop it from moving. And it's the same process all over again. The cap irons, I just clean up the edges. For the blades, it's the same story, same angle, 25 degrees. These are all pretty close, I think, to 25. The angle's narrower, it tends to break the edge more quickly. Blade sharpness doesn't last as long. And if it's steeper than 30 for 25, it doesn't cut as well. And different things have different types. Knives are generally a bit sharper, a bit steeper. Axes, those sorts of things. Some of these back together. Wide one, wide one, wide one. Depending on how fine you want the shavings to be, determines how far that cap iron goes back from the top. Okay, goes down, goes on. And we check, knock down the blade to see, roll it back. So using these hardwoods, I probably, well, should sharpen every day. So the hardwoods, particularly these old recycle wood, makes the planes go blunt really quickly. I get a bit lazy doing it. When it comes to finishing, this finishing surface, then yeah. I'll do a bit more frequently. This is a modern plane. These two are brand new planes. They've got thicker blades, which the manufacturers of the newer planes tell you are much better. The reality is, it makes no difference. It just costs more money. So compared to the 1930s plane, this one, old Stanley that Dad said they just used to use around the farm, this cuts as good as, if not better, than these more expensive planes. Which I guess begs the question, why so many planes? Okay, this one you notice has no cap iron because instead of going this way, it goes this way, called bevel up, which is supposed to be better for getting a smoother finish. Oops. What's this one? It's the most expensive plane I own. Not necessarily the best either. They're made in northern New South Wales. It's a combination of old style and new style. Its forte is finishing. It's a really smooth surface, and also it's designed to work especially well on Australian hardwoods. When it works, it's good. When it doesn't, it's a bastard.